So that took us into a match that had the internet talking in Zack Sabre Jr., who I've never heard of before, facing an opponent of Bryan Danielson's choosing due to Danielson being currently out with an injury and was revealed to be the newest member of his little group of the Blackpool Combat Club that Danielson was a part of. And there was rumors all over the internet. There was, would it be Cesaro? Would it be Johnny Gargano? Would it be...
I did say to you, Claudio Castagnoli. I did tell you that, didn't I? A couple of days earlier.
Yeah, you did. But
I did. I was convinced because basically the other Gargano and that, no, they're not in. This is a guy that's tight with Danielson and Moxley.
Yes,
they've been tight for many years back from the WWE, back from the indie days, from ROH and that.
Yeah,
especially Brighton, Danielson, and Castagnoli. They've been friends for years. Back when Hero was with them too. Right?
Yeah.
So I had no doubt that was the guy, and that's the perfect guy for the spot.
Oh, no doubt.
But look, we know how good Claudio Castagnoli is, right? We know how good he is, right? He got screwed at WWE.
Yeah, he did.
They fucked him royally, right? Bottom line. Zack Sabre Jr., that guy impressed me.
Oh, yeah.
That guy impressed me, right? Reasonable sized guy. Not huge, because Castagnoli's a big man. 6'4", 6'5", right?
He's huge.
Yeah, but this other guy, like, Zack Sabre Jr. would be 6'1", 6'2". He's not a small guy, right? Not a heavy frame, but his wrestling ability, you could see when you're watching this guy, he must have trained old school catch or jiu-jitsu, because you can see by how he transitioned from one position to another position to another position, the guy understands how to wrestle. He's a shooter. He's more than these guys will go around calling themselves shooters and shit like that. This guy is legit.
Yeah.
If he decided on Claudio, that's it, mate. We're going to finish this, right? He's going to tear one of his arms off and stick it up his ass.
Oh, yeah.
This guy really knows what he's doing, right? And I really enjoyed this match, and this was my favorite match of the night. I gave this a 7.5. I loved it. I loved the technical side of it. I love to see Claudio being the star he truly is, and I like to see this Zack Sabre Jr. in more matches.
Yeah.
Imagine him tagging with MJF.
Oh, that'd be very interesting.
That'd be very interesting, right? He's got a big ass ego. You hear him talk. I heard him do a promo online today. Bit screechy, but he was calling everyone tossers and what was he saying? I'd have to redo it because I'm not doing it justice, But he just finished the match in New Japan. He was talking about going after Danielson. He's going, he was calling him a tosser and just a little prick and this and that and everything else. Just being straight up with the guy, and it was just a bunch of oxygen thieves and stuff like that, And I thought it was great. And talking about that, I heard there's actually an interesting audio bit from a talk. I think it's a morning or an afternoon, midday talk show host that was out. And I'm not doing this woman's name justice, but anyone check it out on the internet. Apparently, she's asked MJF for a photo and that for her kid. And he's told her to no, I'm not MJF, and no, leave me alone, and yes, go away, sort of thing, And she had the shits with him and talked him up on her show, saying how this guy was so rude to me in the airport. Well, I thought that's brilliant. That's the way it should be done. And I think this Zack Sabre Jr. has a lot of characteristics of MJF. I liked him a lot, and great to see Claudio Castagnoli back.
Yeah.
Because that was when he was at his best. When he was using his name and everything else, he was at his best. What do you think, mate?
This was a great match. This was one of the very few matches I was very interested in. I almost was going to watch this pay-per-view, but I was very interested. Once they said Bryan was out, I'm like, okay, what are they going to do here?
I would have loved to have seen him and Bryan. Zack Sabre Jr. and Bryan.
I mean, look, that will happen.
I'd love to see that match.
At a later date, that will happen, of course. was rooting for a rematch here, but when Danielson jumped onto AEW, he was like, look, I'm not cleared for Forbidden Door and for their next show after that, but I will have somebody who I trust. I was like, well, who does he trust? And then that's what I was thinking, who is he teamed with and that. And I'm like, and as I said, like, I was thinking Cesaro or Claudio Castagnoli, my bad, but when Claudio was in the A, and Bryan had a little say in the creative side of it, he was saying to them, push Claudio.
Why wouldn't you push him back then? I mean, if you had a guy that was built like that, right, great physique, right, athletic physique, right, 6'4", right, 6'5", somewhere around that point, as the agility he has and things he can do. Once again, we've talked about the E in other podcasts. The E doesn't want to create stars. They don't want to do that. The E is the star and everyone else revolves around it, right? The wrestling doesn't work like that. If you want to bring people to your show, it's not the promotion that brings people to the show. It's the stars that bring people to the show. You need to build stars. And they had probably his best years, right? And they wasted. They squandered his best years. You know, I'm hoping that Claudio has a whole heap of years in front of him, don't get me wrong, but they squandered his years. And that's a sad thing about it. But this Zack Sabre Jr., I like him.
Oh, yeah, he'll be something good. Especially if they bring him in, like if they sign him over AEW as a full-time thing.
I hope they give him an opportunity. You know, look at some of these other guys that got on the card that you can sort of say, let's get rid of these guys. You know, and bring him in, because he could, once again, him versus Punk, him versus Moxley, friggin' any one of the top guys they got, Miro, Claudio, which he had a great match with. He could be the fourth member of the Blackpool Combat Club. Comfortably, if you didn't want him having to go against any of those guys. And he's English. He's got that same accent as friggin' World Regal.
Yeah.
So, no, for me, I think he's a great find, great talent. Yeah. Like I said, there wasn't much on this card I didn't like, to be honest. Orange Cassidy.
Well, yeah, aside from that.
Aside from him, there wasn't much I didn't like on this card. I actually enjoyed it. Right?